I have the pleasure of introducing to you a man that is well known throughout Osage country, well known throughout Indian country. His name is Vince Logan. I want to share his bio with you. He was nominated by the President and confirmed by the United States Senate. Vince Logan serves as the Special Trustee for American Indians in the Department of the Interior. He built a career in finance as a corporate lawyer and investment advisor in New York City. He was educated at Oklahoma State University and the University of Oklahoma College of Law, which explains some of his schizophrenia. I'll go on. Queens College, Oxford University, and Columbia University School of International and Public Affairs. A member of the Osage Nation, Vince's family comes from the Zanzoli district and is a direct descendant of Albert Penn, one of the Osage 10 on his mother's side, and from one of the great leaders, Watai Anka, on his father's side. Ladies and gentlemen, Vince Logan.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm just thrilled to be here today. When Jeff mentioned this transaction to me and said, we hope you could be there, the timing was such that we weren't really sure we were going to be able to be here, but I'm just so happy it worked out. And I want to bring you, first of all, greetings from the President of the United States, Barack Obama, and from Secretary of the Interior, Sally Jewell. I am humbled that you asked me to be here because of my position, but also because of it's just something that we all know, all the Osage people in this room, that we know how important this day is for us. And as we drove out here, we drove by property that and land that my family still owns, and I just started thinking about all of the people that are gone and people that are important to our lives, and many of you in here, of course, are my relatives. The President often tells us that the work that we are doing during the current administration, it may not be obvious what we're doing, and it may not have an impact for decades later. So he tells us to, keep working hard. You take a lot of criticisms. You have people that are very skeptical of your motives, but keep working very hard. And years from now, the fruits will come from that. And he tells us that quite often. And of course, we all have our critics and our, people who are perhaps looking at motivations. So I would pass that message on, particularly to the young people in the audience. As you know, I mentor a lot of young professionals. To always keep working hard, no matter what the current public kind of the ideas that are going on about your various activities. And so I know that, which leads us today, and I know that we're here today and we're celebrating, but despite all that, Jeff knows this, to get us here took a lot of hard work, and I'm glad that Jeff laid out for us the difficulties and the challenges there are in something as complex as this. I also want to mention that I bring greetings from the Office of the Special Trustee. We, of course, manage a little bit over $5 billion for tribes, for about 250 tribes and 400,000 individuals, which of course includes the individual Indian money accounts. And for the shareholders, like I am in the room, we know the valuable work that the OST does on behalf of the shareholders. I bring with me, and you'll meet him in a minute, Justin Wilson, who's a political with me at the Office of the Special Trustee. And having a political position on behalf of the White House brings to us a lot of, we have a lot of respect, not only for the White House, but we have a lot of responsibilities. So one of them is to attend such wonderful things like this event. So that's why we are just thrilled to be here. I wanted to say real quickly something that Chief mentioned earlier about investing. Now, a lot of you know that I am an investment professional in New York. and I was prior to my position. And I work primarily on in the equities and fixed income markets, but in my office, we viewed land as an alternative investment. So I was telling friends in New York about this event and the acquisition, and they immediately wanted to know the ROI and all of the math behind it, and they were discussing all of the possible uses of this land. And I took their advice. I always listened to them, very smart people. But then I thought, there is another factor to this. It's the land, it's the Osage, it is what it means to us. And that's hard to put a number on that. It is just, it's very difficult when you're looking at the return on investment or when you're looking at value of land. So one of the things that I think about that and what I categorize this acquisition, this is something I came up with, I call it culturally purposed investing. There are reasons to acquire other land and there are businesses other than the ROI. It means something special to you. It just has a flavor and there's a nuance to it. And that's what this is about today for the Osage. And Chief knows this. When we talk about culturally purposed, this is going around the country right now as the land buyback program is here in Osage right now. Tribes all around the country are purchasing land and putting it in trust. So the Osage are just part of that. And I'm happy to report back to Secretary Jewell that we are one of the leaders in that now, and this acquisition is one of the largest ones that they've seen. Finally, I thinking about, our ancestors, our family members, friends here in the room, and I have a lot of friends here in the room, and I want to, acknowledge, I have business colleagues here, I have fellow lawyers here, a lot of tribal people, of course, from the government, from other tribes here in the room. And we all know the struggles, the challenges, and the successes that the tribes have here in Oklahoma and around the country. We all are aware of that. And the Osages know that very well. And in moving to Oklahoma, was particularly a lot of challenges occurred, but a lot of successes too. And here we are today, all my cousins and family members, and we have extended families, and we're all celebrating today. I know that we're all thinking about people who couldn't be here, and Mr. Turner, for example, and those people that are gone. I'm thinking now about the Logans in Pawhuska and the Morels in Hominy. Many couldn't be here today, or many of them are gone to a better place. But I know they're with us today. I know that. I sense it, and I think you do too. They're sitting out there, they're watching. And just to take it a little step further, when I was sworn into my position at the Department of the Interior, we had a big ceremony. But actually, I was sworn in Monday morning at 8 a.m. The ceremony was later, and the chief was there at the big ceremony. But I was sworn in before that. And they asked me to hold the American flag, and I took my oath of the office. And I thought about my parents, because my parents, many of you know, are buried at Arlington National Cemetery, and you can see Arlington from my office. So I thought about them. I thought about all of the people, like I said, all of the Logans, all the Morels, just going and going and going. And I thought, what a moment. It wasn't about me, though. It was about that the Osages are still here. We're still successful. We join the other tribes, and we have a future. And this is the future right now. And we are here living a moment right this second that they're going to be talking about. They will talk about this, and they'll say, oh, I remember when that happened. And no matter what happens to the land and how the uses and all of that, I leave that up to the people who are appointed to those positions to determine that. But the future started again today, and I'm just so happy to be here. I'm just thrilled to be here. And I'll say hi to a lot of you after the ceremony. But once again, thank you for inviting me, Chief. Thank you so much. Thank you to the nation. They extended the invitation to me. I'm so happy to be here, and I'll talk to you a lot later. Thank you.